Rallying now, and round 6 of the European Rally Championship held on the little Portuguese island of Madeira. Certainly this is a beautiful holiday island and hosts this rally every year. Known as the Island of Flowers, also of course known for its wine, which is used primarily in cooking, and a great place for an event, and some 90 cars attracted. A maximum entry, 58 of them locals, a lot of rallying here on this Madeira island. A couple of drivers from the Azores, 21 from mainland Portugal, and 12 foreigners, including the return of one of the biggest names in world rallying, Gilles Panizzi, who we'll see in a moment. But there is the man who leads the European Rally Championship, Gian Domenico Basso, with his co-driver Mitya Dotter. 2 wins already in the series, and it has to be said that nobody else is really taking this championship seriously this year other than the driver from Poland, Michael Solowow, who certainly doesn't have the pace of the factory Fiat. But here there'll be plenty of opposition, because we also have returning to the championship the former winner of the series, Renato Travaglia, and a lot of quick Portuguese drivers as well. Armando Araújo, the current Portuguese champion, will certainly be a man to beat, as will, going through the chicane there, the former champion of the series. So lots of good action coming up over 2 days. This is the little super special which starts the day, and then we're off into the countryside with some very enthusiastic fans indeed, and as befits the former champion Renato Travaglia, here in the 1600 Peugeot 206 on some damp roads. And you can see how wet it is here. So damage to a wheel, and Travaglia saying it was raining on the first stage. I was definitely on the wrong tyres. It was very difficult. On a special stage 2 it was the same. I tried to catch up some time, but it didn't really work. But anyway, I think there's a long way to go in this rally yet. Travaglia, of course, won the championship last year, and back in 2002 as well. Yeah, those eyes, well known in rallying, the piercing blue eyes of a man with a lot of success, particularly on tarmac, Gilles Panizzi. Of course, a long career in the World Rally Championship. And Panizzi in an auto mecha Renault, something pretty different for him. This is a Super 1600 car. Panizzi actually started his career with auto mecha. Oh, being waved down there, and certainly not happy with the brakes. So the dog dives off on the side. And so problems for the Panizzi brothers. Brother Hervé co-driving as ever. This is Armando Araújo, leader of the Portuguese Championship. His aim here, of course, is maximum points. I was on the wrong tyres for the special stage 1, and then on 2 I attacked, and I'm in second place overall, so that's a good result for me. Here's the man who wants to take that European Rally Championship this year, and really hasn't had much opposition. This championship over the years has often been favoured by Italian drivers. Indeed, if you look at the list of European Rally champions, about half the champions have been from Italy. And Basso certainly going well. Now here's a man we haven't seen regularly this year. Gave very good chase in the championship 2 years ago when he finally won it for Renault. Simon Jean-Joseph. But has not had a regular ride, the former Subaru and Ford test driver, the man from Martinique. Back in service. Basso saying everything is okay, but this rally is very long. We had the rain on the first stage, and like everyone else, I was on the wrong tyres. But the car is very good. We have to watch out for some of those Group N drivers in these weather conditions. We have set our own pace. We're not taking any risks. However, we also have to watch out for some of the Portuguese Super 1600 drivers. The difference between the 2000 car, the Super 1600, is really quite small now. So I'm going to be pushing hard, but I still want to come away here with some good points for the championship. Well, I haven't driven a rally car in an event for 10 months, so it's all feels a bit delicate, was the word he used. Furthermore, the weather is changing all the time. It's been nice, but it's also been really bad. Stage 2 was very good, though, driving above the clouds, so I like that. Fernando Perez, third after 3 stages, only 6.6 seconds behind Araujo, and his main competitor for the Portuguese title this year. Vitor Sá, former winner here and very much the local hero, is in 5th place, 46 seconds behind Basso. Bruno Magalhães, another leading Portuguese driver, in 6th place in his Peugeot 206 Super 1600. And here the former Portuguese champion Miguel Campos, very disappointing, down in 7th place. The standings after 3 stages, Basso and Dotter leading by 25 seconds. Then the 2 Mitsubishis, and then Jean-Joseph showing he's lost none of his old skill after the layoff. And that's what he meant by saying running above the clouds. You saw it there. We go on board with Giandomenico Mimo Basso up through the gears, through this town. 2 stages coming up, long ones, 37 kilometres. Road starting to dry a little bit. And we can see split screen how close the 2 cars are matched. The other car, of course, is Jean-Joseph in the Renault, with backing from local hero Vitor Sá. And as you can see, absolutely on the same second up to that point. Here is Renato Travaglia then, now spending most of his time rallying back in Italy, twice European Rally champion. Oh, making an error there. Well, that certainly won't have improved the car at all. Well, he hasn't got away with that. Now the car's all over the place and into the rock face. And I think the rear wheel must have been torn off in that first impact. Well, fortunately, front-wheel drive. He's going to try and limp it out, and probably, unlike the UK, no police around to stop him on the road. He's got a new rear axle ready to go into the car. And he says we were going very fast for the tyres we'd fitted and for the conditions. We were at a normal speed on the first stage of this loop, but then we attacked and the tyres started to go off and didn't suit the weather conditions. Then I hit some gravel in the corner and off we went into the wall. We still had some kilometres to go. And finally, when we got to the end of the stage, I got out and saw we were only on 3 wheels, so there you are. Lots of babble amongst the crowds. This is a big event for them on this little island. Araujo, who dropped to 3rd place, but in a big battle with Jean-Joseph, and still the first Portuguese driver, so That's what he wanted, maximum points in the championship. Vitor Sá then in second amongst the Portuguese drivers, and right behind Araújo. Weather conditions still changing. First it's wet, then it dries up. Perez suffering in these conditions, and he drops down to 5th place overall, but it's still very close amongst the drivers, 3rd, 4th and 5th, because he's just 7 seconds behind Araújo. Magalhães in 6th place. Oh, smoking the tyres, excellent stuff there from Bruno. This is Alexandra Chamaco in 7th place. And Campos down in 8th position. Something of a surprise. You'd expect to see him right up in the top 3. Fiat had brought a second of the Puntos to help Basso, Umberto Scandola, but he hadn't been to Madeira before. Only in 12th place, dropped 1 minute 47 to his teammate. Gilles Panizzi, after his early brake problems, coming back, but down in 15th place overall, actually behind the fellow French driver, Brian Bouffier. I'm learning the car. Now I can start trying to push a little more. We try to get our times closer to those of the leaders. We'll certainly continue to work on that as much as we can. Are you working on the car with a technical problem? No, he says just a problem with a broken exhaust. In the Basso camp, the smiles are getting wider. And here, the championship positions with Basso now almost a minute ahead of Jean-Joseph and Araújo in 3rd place. Problems in the final stages of the opening day, though, for the man in 2nd position, Simon Jean-Joseph. See him working at the steering wheel. There was his co-driver trying to help him because the power steering had gone, and he drops some 2 minutes. Citroen C2 of Vitor Lopez and Enrique Garcia Ojeda from the Spanish Peugeot team coming here. He's in 8th place. Campos is 7th.
Some problems with the rear diff. I think the autoblock can't not work well, and the car in the slow corners slippery a little bit with the rear, and we can go faster.
Yeah, well, he needs to go faster, really. Here's Scandola then in the 2nd of the Team Italia cars.
Non tagliare, per sinistra 2 gira.
Scandola in 6th place.
Basso con destra 2 meno.
Scandola's been brought in a couple of times as support to Basso. Vitor Sá, he's dropped to 13th place, lost time with a puncture. In fact, he dropped some 4 minutes. So Magalhães certainly benefited from all this. He's up to 4th place. Perez is now in 6th position. But the best Portuguese driver still Araújo, some 44 seconds ahead of his nearest Portuguese rival, although he's a minute behind Basso.
Yeah, 2nd place, 10 points for national championship is fantastic for me, and the 2nd place is very nice, and good race.
Are you going to attack Basso tomorrow?
No, I think it's very difficult, but I want to put a little pressure, but 1st place is very difficult.
But it's Basso who continues to lead here, currently with some 45 points in the European Rally Championship, and his nearest rival only has 11, Michael Solow from Poland. And and the people in third place only done one rally each. Let's see. Kujash and Paolo Andrucci, both who've won events though.
È stata positiva la giornata.
It was a positive day. We had the correct speed. Some of these stages are actually quite similar to Italy. We found the correct settings for these roads, so we're very, very happy with our performance. The whole day we had the right tyres on, except for those first two stages. But tomorrow it's again another long day, a lot of rallying, 130 kilometres to come, but we're pretty confident of getting a good result here and taking away maximum points for the championships. So after leg one, Basso it is who leads from Araujo and Perez, but a big day two coming up.